A violent storm erupts as Count Faud is cornered by the royal knights. Desperate, he calls for the mysterious priest, but instead of saving him, the priest stabs him and transforms him into a terrifying demon before abducting Rosalind Branford. 2 days later, Ghislain discovers a letter that leads only his unique power can detect. Realizing it's an obvious trap, he heads there anyway to rescue Rosalind, while the priest prepares a massive ritual to open a rift and bring a new world into existence. The scene shifted to Fenris, where Alfoy and his friends were enjoying a peaceful meal and drinks together after a long battle. One of his companions celebrated the rare chance to rest and remarked that the knights were probably still running all over the capital. He believed those knights were far from ordinary and that taking a short break would not hurt them. He even admitted that perhaps he should have accompanied Lord Fenris instead. Alfoy explained that Lord Fenris had ordered him to rest because he had already fought against the Crimson forces. However, ever since that battle, he had been left with an empty feeling inside. Nothing seemed exciting anymore, and everything felt meaningless. He believed that defeating a god had left him with this strange emptiness. At that moment, an unfamiliar man approached and revealed that he understood that feeling better than anyone. Alfoy immediately became alert and asked for the stranger's identity. The man introduced himself as Tennant, the West's greatest sword. He had come for only one reason, to challenge Alfoy, the man who had defeated a god. At the same time, back inside the castle, someone rushed toward Lucas with an urgent message and insisted that he come outside immediately. Lucas remained calm and pointed out that there were many capable people inside the castle besides him. The messenger quickly revealed that the visitor was Roderick's master, the West's greatest sword. Hearing that name instantly shocked Lucas, and he stood up without wasting another moment. Soon afterward, everyone gathered at the arena where Alfoy and Tennant stood face to face. The surrounding knights erupted with excitement as they witnessed the legendary hero who had defeated a god standing against the West's greatest sword. They cheered loudly, eager to witness the battle, and finally see Alfoy fight again after his recent boredom. Tennant revealed that he had heard countless stories while traveling north. The rumors claimed that Alfoy had slain Delmid and destroyed the Crimson Magic Tower through his own strength. Alfoy felt completely confused because he remembered losing consciousness before everything had ended. By the time he woke up, Lord Fenris had already finished the battle himself. Tennant believed that warriors with such overwhelming power could never find satisfaction in ordinary life. Although he had originally come to meet Lord Fenris, he wanted Alfoy to entertain him first. Before the duel could begin, Lucas stepped in and stopped Tennant from challenging the wrong person. Tennant turned his attention toward Lucas and wondered who he was. Lucas casually introduced himself as the one responsible for managing all these troublesome people. He then asked why the West's greatest sword had traveled all the way to the north. Tennant finally revealed his true purpose. As a knight, he had come to formally challenge Count Ghislain Fenris to a duel. Everyone nearby was left completely stunned after hearing that the West's greatest sword wanted to fight their lord. Lucas quietly suspected that the challenge might have something to do with the young master Roderick. Tennant apologized for creating unnecessary trouble. Since Count Fenris was absent, he had only been trying to pass the time while waiting. Lucas then learned that Lord Fenris had traveled to the capital on important business. Hearing that, Tennant looked relieved because it meant the man he had come to challenge had not avoided him. Lucas remarked that someone carrying the title of the West's greatest sword seemed surprisingly free if he could wander around searching for battles instead of protecting his own territory. Lucas then drew the challenge toward himself and declared that he would fight in Lord Fenris's place. Tennant appeared surprised that Lucas wanted to face him instead. Lucas explained that allowing the West's greatest sword to leave without a fight would only earn him Lord Fenris's anger later. Tennant burst into laughter before finally drawing his own sword. With a confident smirk, he accepted Lucas's challenge and prepared to see what he was truly capable of. As tension continued to rise in Fenris, the story shifted to another location, where Ghislain entered the mysterious world created by the priest. The priest welcomed Count Ghislain Fenris with a warm smile and thanked him for accepting the invitation. Nearby, Rosalind was left completely shocked after seeing Ghislain appear before her. Ghislain immediately rushed toward Rosalind to rescue her, but before he could reach her, the priest drew his sword and blocked his path. Ghislain immediately drew his sword, and both warriors charged at each other without a moment of hesitation. Their blades collided with tremendous force, sending powerful shockwaves through the battlefield before both of them stepped back to reassess the situation. As Ghislain prepared for another exchange, he suddenly realized that he could no longer use his mana inside this strange world. The priest noticed his reaction and smugly explained that there was nothing unusual about it. No one was capable of using mana within this place. He then pulled out a mysterious bell, rang it, and summoned his so-called holy warriors. Moments later, countless dark spirits emerged from every direction, surrounding Ghislain from all sides. Ghislain was visibly shocked by the terrifying sight. Rosalind quickly revealed that one of those spirits was Count Food, the ducal family's diplomat. She explained that the priest had infused them with black energy, transforming them into those horrific creatures. Even the kingdom's army had suffered the same fate and had been turned into mindless puppets. At the same time, one of the spirits grabbed Rosalind and held a sword against her throat, making the situation even more dangerous. Ghislain coldly pointed out the irony of calling those monsters holy warriors. The priest reminded him that he had already witnessed this same power before through Desmond. He calmly urged Ghislain to face them and demonstrate the true extent of his strength. Without wasting another second, all three spirits launched a coordinated attack on Ghislain. Despite being unable to use mana, Ghislain blocked every strike with flawless swordsmanship before immediately launching his own counterattack. His blade sliced through their bodies with incredible precision, severing their limbs one after another. Before he could catch his breath, a gigantic monster charged directly toward him with overwhelming force. Ghislain narrowly dodged the attack at the last second. Using the monster's momentum against it, he leaped onto its massive body, rushed toward its neck, and delivered a decisive slash that cleanly severed its enormous head. Watching his powerful creation fall so easily, the priest's expression immediately turned cold with visible frustration, while Rosalind was filled with relief and hope. Ghislain realized that ordinary logic no longer applied in this place. They were surrounded by monsters while being completely unable to use mana. He demanded to know what kind of trick the priest had used. The priest calmly revealed that the nearby rift was absorbing every bit of mana in the surrounding area. Ghislain immediately shifted his attention toward the mysterious rift. The priest explained that opening something like that required an unimaginable amount of mana. Simply luring someone with monstrous mana like Ghislain into this place had already fulfilled his objective. Ghislain instantly realized that the rift had been absorbing his mana the entire time without him noticing. He then noticed that the rift had already grown much larger than before, and immediately understood that if it fully opened, the consequences would be catastrophic. At that very moment, an enormous skeletal monster with multiple heads slowly emerged from the expanding rift, releasing an overwhelming aura across the battlefield. The horrifying creature immediately confirmed Ghislain's suspicions. He finally understood how everything had happened. Those beings were the ones responsible for beginning the Age of Calamity. They were also the hidden force that had supported the ducal house in its attempt to destroy Ferdium. Ghislain fixed the priest with a murderous glare as he finally uncovered the truth behind the entire conspiracy. The true force responsible for everything was Demu, the Salvation Church.